AITA for going back on our housing arrangement with my husband's family. A 36F and my husband, 37M, bought a house last July. In order to do that, we had to look for a cosigner. We knew we could afford the payments, but we needed just a little more income to push us into being approved for the loan. Enter my mill. We asked her if she'd be willing to cosign, and she was super hesitant. She's always been the kind of person to avoid debt at any cost. But the house we were looking at had a detached garage that could be converted into a temporary housing situation for her, where she could stay and hopefully save up a bit of money to maybe buy her own piece of property. We finally got her to agree, begrudgingly, to sign on, with the understanding that she would pay for the conversion and be paid back for it in the form of rent savings when she moved in. She would not contribute to the down payment or closing costs and would be staying in the unit at $700 a month after being paid back, A-Steel, here in Wa. We signed the papers, got the house, and immediately started plans to clear out and get going on the conversion. Now, my mill isn't helpful. She can't build, can't do anything to help with the build, only provide funds. My husband has a physical job already, and she was counting on him to do all the labor to get the conversion done. Things were found in the course of getting the unit prepped that made us realize this may be out of our depth, or at the very least, make it take way longer than expected without help. Of which we got none, even when we asked family to help. We also found that if my husband is doing all the labor in addition to his job, it breaks his body, and we physically can't have that we need money for the mortgage. Then Mill lost her job. She started putting pressure on us to get things finished so she could move in. Everything was at a standstill while we waited for temperatures to get higher so we could pour concrete for leveling the floor. We decided to do some math to see how much would be a fair portion of the mortgage, and found that with utilities, a fair amount based on how much space she is using would be about $1,400 instead of the $700. So we brought it up to her and received nothing but pushback. It was honestly like dealing with a toddler. Crossed arms, hip popping out, glaring and declaring that we promised her the $700. All devolved into a yelling match between her and my husband as he tried to get her to even understand his point of view, and ended with us feeling uncomfortable about her moving in. My BIL is trying to help the situations by helping my mother-in-law see her options, but there is still zero communication from her to us directly, and communication has been a major problem from the start. Now my SIL is sending me messages about, do I really support my husband's actions? And here's how you're supporting a toxic partner. Do we really sound toxic? Are we the jazz for just wanting her to find her own place to live and let us refinance when we can to get her off the loan? Please follow and like for more.